Welcome to the AI Queens podcast, the show where women entrepreneurs learn to ditch the overwhelm, embrace AI, and build businesses fit for royalty. I'm Erika Stanley, your host and tech expert, here to deliver tools, tips, and actionable strategies to help you scale smarter. Let's get to it. Hey, Queens, Erika here. There's a lot going on in the world and in the United States right now, and it's been weighing heavily on me. I'm not sure if it's been weighing heavily on you all, but I've been thinking a lot. And I want to start off with a story. This goes back to the late 80s, early 90s. My sister and I were kids. We used to have this VHS tape. It was Looney Tunes wartime cartoons. I don't think they exist anymore. I think they've probably been pulled out of rotation. But basically, we would sit there on the floor in the living room and watch and laugh as Bugs Bunny was outsmarting the Nazis, and Daffy Duck, he's dodging the little man from the draft board. And it was hilarious. I mean, I was 8 or 9, my sister younger. It was funny. It was cartoons, right? Except decades later, you realize, oh, the reason I can't find these cartoons anymore is because they were literal wartime propaganda created to shape the way that Americans saw the world at the time, right? Who the good guys were, who the bad guys were. And that's what I want to talk about today. I want to talk about propaganda, AI, and why our generation is completely unprepared when it comes to spotting misinformation. I know I've talked about AI and ethics before and using AI to spot misinformation, and I want you to go back and listen to that episode. But I think there are also a couple of things that we can add to that episode. If you're listening to this, you might be feeling a lot of the things that we're seeing and hearing, just, I can't trust anyone anymore. I should be able to spot the misinformation. I want to stay informed, but I don't know who to trust. Maybe you're like me. Maybe you're doom scrolling. Maybe you're exhausted from the news because it's exhausting. You're seeing things that look real and sound official and being told to you by the people in positions of power, people that we're supposed to be able to trust, and things that they're telling us are turning out to be complete bullshit. And I just want you to know that the problem is not you. You are not the problem. Our generation, our brains, our society, things are changing so quickly that we haven't been able to keep up. And so I want to talk about this a little bit and give us some tools that we can use. So, like I said, it took me decades to realize that the Bugs Bunny cartoons weren't just for entertainment. They were tools designed to shape how kids and families were seeing the world at the time. Obviously, things are now much more sophisticated. Back then, governments used cartoons, posters, leaflets, fabricated images to dehumanize entire groups of people. These cartoons, you had Japanese Americans depicted as rats. German Americans were like these lurking saboteurs in the shadows. Like, you couldn't trust anyone with a German accent. All of it. I mean, it's more than just exaggerated stereotypes, right? Like, these are deliberate design choices, all meant to make collective punishment seem okay, seem like the next logical step. And it worked. It justified internment camps. It justified violence. Okay, so let's talk about what's happening right now. And here are some examples just from the past 2 weeks. The past 2 weeks, which have been exhausting. We have an AI altered photo of a Minneapolis civil rights attorney. Her name is Nikema Levy Armstrong. She was arrested. The original photo showed her walking out, looking calm and composed. The White House posted an AI-altered image, making her look as if she was sobbing and disheveled and just like super worked up. We have an AI, obviously false. I mean, nobody thinks that this one is real, but we have an AI-generated image of the president walking through snow, holding hands with a penguin, heading towards Greenland. First of all, penguins don't live in Greenland. We also have, Obviously, nobody thinks that the president was really holding hands with a penguin, but the fact that AI is being used to create these images to just normalize, like, oh, hey, we're just going to walk over and take over Greenland. Like, it's so absurd that it's laughable, but it's not. It's not. Speaking of the White House putting out images, we have another image of the president sitting in the Oval Office with some of the main world leaders, including President Macron from France, the Prime Minister of the UK, pointing at a map where the American flag is painted over Greenland, Canada, Venezuela. Those world leaders did not sit in the Oval Office with the president. It just all complete bullshit. And these are coming from official channels. It's a lot, you guys. We've seen deep fake videos circulating after the killing of Renee Good in Minneapolis. These videos, they're specifically designed to confuse and mislead and manipulate public perception. A lot of it is coming from official channels, White House social media accounts, some of it coming from the president himself or his cabinet members, or officially, I don't want to call them lackeys. I don't know. But when they're called out about it, they just laugh it off like, oh, it's just a meme. It's satire. Here's where it gets dangerous. AI didn't create the problem, right? But AI has definitely made it worse because there's always been Photoshop. Before there were cartoons, there's always been misinformation, right? But AI is making it easier to create realistic images more quickly and to get them out. And social media is making it super easy to distribute them everywhere. And people are posting things that they don't realize that it's misinformation, and then it goes viral and it's too late to take it back. When the line between satire and state propaganda and reality, when all of that gets blurred, people, they start distrusting everything, including the sources that are actually doing the work. So to those of you who have been listening to this podcast for a while, you might know my husband's a journalist. He's a photojournalist. I have a lot of friends who are journalists. There are people doing real work out there, local journalists like the ones at the Minneapolis Star-Tribune. I know how careful trained journalists are, how much they fact check, how much they truly care about getting it right. Journalistic standards exist for a reason, and these people are trained, they verify sources. When they make a mistake, they correct it publicly and right away. But when an official government account is flooding our social media with AI-generated propaganda and then laughing it off and calling it memes, it's making people distrust everyone and everything, including the journalists who are actually there, who actually care, and they're trying to tell the truth. I also want to say that this problem has been a long time coming. Kids today, this is me shaking my old person cane. Kids these days, but no, they are learning digital literacy in school starting really young, right? Like they are being taught how to verify sources, how to spot deepfakes, how to question what they see online. Our generation, we didn't get that training. We grew up when the news came on at 6. We watched Tom Brokaw or Dan Rather, and that was it. There was no 24-hour news cycle, no social media. When that popped up, we just kind of used it to keep in touch with our friends. That was what social media was for. We learned that if you got a book from the library or if news came from the news, it was a credible source. But now information is everywhere. I've talked about this before with AI, that AI sometimes gets its sources confused, sometimes gets its information wrong. It has a hard time understanding what's a credible source and what's not. The more misinformation that's out there, the more it might get it wrong. It's getting harder and harder to tell the difference between what's real and what's straight up lies. Our generation, a lot of this is on us. We are the ones spreading the misinformation. We didn't learn digital literacy. We're the ones who fucked this up. And now it's up to us to fix it and to be better. So here's the good news. You don't have to stay in the dark. You don't have to feel helpless. So here are some tools that are going to make you feel like you have your power back. Propaganda has always existed. It's just the system. It's changed faster than we could adapt. But you have the tools. You have the tools to fact check and to fight back. Go back and listen to my episode on using AI to spot misinformation in your feed. I walk you exactly through how to use AI to fact check the BS that you're seeing. But I'm going to give you just a real quick overview right now. Tool number 1, screenshot and upload to ChatGPT or Perplexity. Literally. Screenshot anything that makes you rage click. For example, if you see a meme, screenshot it, drop it into your AI of choice, make sure you've got web search turned on, and say, hey, fact check this for me. Is this true? What's misleading? Where can I read more about this? What are your sources? You'll get an answer in like 30 seconds. It's way faster than going down the rage doom spiral for an hour. Tool number 2, use Perplexity for deep research. Perplexity is my go-to for things like this. It pulls from multiple sources. It can give you a timeline, context. It can help you follow the money on sources. It's like having a research assistant in your back pocket who actually cares about the truth. And all of the citations it gives you, you can actually click on them and it opens up the article so you can see where it's pulling this information from. Tool number 3, reverse image search with Google Lens. So if you're not sure if an image or a video is correct, we saw, for example, a video of people throwing snowballs at ICE officers in New York City. Except it turns out it wasn't New York City and it wasn't ICE. It was a video taken in Moscow in like 2021. And somebody had figured that out by using Google reverse image search. But unfortunately, it had already spread all over social media that people in New York City were throwing ice at ICE. Irony. Anyway, it took like 10 seconds to figure out that that wasn't true. And all it took was somebody just checking. These tools exist. Most of them are free and they work. So use them. Just slow down before you share. If something makes you rage click, pause, verify, and use AI to add context. All right, queens. We know propaganda didn't start with AI. AI has just made it faster, prettier, and harder to spot. And this is one of those really icky, sticky, ethical things with AI. And I hate it. I'm a huge AI advocate. I wouldn't have this podcast if I wasn't, but it is one of the things that I absolutely hate about it. And I don't know what to do except to fight fire with fire, which is the whole point of me getting this mini episode out to you. I want to stress that you're not dumb. We aren't. And so when we get it wrong, don't feel horrible about it. We didn't get the training on this. Things are moving really fast. I want you to know, to have awareness. I know you care. You do. Otherwise, you wouldn't be listening to this episode or this podcast. So I want you to have the awareness. You have the tools. You have the power to fight back. So here's my ask. Share this episode. Send it to one friend who's drowning in doom scrolling. That's it. Just one friend. Because the more of us who know how to spot the BS, the harder it is for them to get away with it. Until next time, stay sharp, stay smart, and keep your feed clean. Thanks for listening to the AI Queens podcast. If you loved today's episode, don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with a fellow queen who needs to hear this. Want more tools and tips? Join the AI Queens Society over at aiqueens.com and start ruling your business with confidence today. Until next time, stay bold, stay curious, and keep reigning with AI.